Viewers and subscribers, you're welcome back again on this platform where we tell you undiluted truth. Nigeria had always been what it is, where the suffering Nigerians will always be victims of bad governance. And what am I talking about? Since the exposition by a concerned citizen in Abuja to expose the vandalization of Abuja roads.
Come and video this one. This one is new. Look at this. Look, they just did this one now. They did it either yesterday or this morning. So they'll come to the middle of the road. By the way, this is a highway, for God's sake. This is the central area of the FCT. They just removed this one too. And they are removing these things and selling them, for God's sake. They are selling them for scrap. And look at what somebody will do to government property. And later they'll blame the government for all the problems. I'm a Nigerian. It is my obligation to expose what these guys are doing in Abuja. This is the federal capital city, for God's sake. Look at what they are doing. They are removing all these things and selling them. They are removing them and selling them. Bring the camera, bring it. What kind of country is this? They are removing it and selling it. The Panteka boys, the scrap metal boys are removing these things and selling them. Let's go back to that place. At the center of the road, somebody will just come and remove all these things that are for the sewage system. Tag anybody you want to tag. Tell them this is what they are doing in Abuja. They have removed this one as well. Bring the camera. At least this one is still intact. But they are removing them and selling them. So this one is still fresh. You see, they just removed this one. They just removed this one. Maybe last night. And damage your car and cause one serious accident. This is what these boys are doing in Abuja. Almost. Did you see that? See that? Watch what this car will do now. This car is not seeing what is going on. Record this car. You see? Almost. You see that? This is exactly what they are doing. They just removed this one last night. Bring the camera close. Bring the camera. This is the center of the road. You know. This is how deep it is. Take a wide angle lens. Let them see how this thing is. Just from under the bridge, if you are driving to this place, what is the name of this area?
Central area.
This place is central area. You see, he didn't see it. Most of them are not seeing it. This is the problem. This is the situation these boys are creating in Abuja. They are coming at night and removing all these metals and selling them for scrap. This is supposed to be government property, and some bunch of idiots are removing it and selling it.
It didn't come to me as a surprise that everything now must be through the social media before the government would kick in and do what is right. After this exposition by this man, boom, Wike and his men went into action.
Carry this wire outside. Yeah, that's okay. I'll see how long it plates now. Look at Look at pot. There's one broad pot here. I know that the pot. Yes.
The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory has done a good work in providing infrastructural development to the FCT, which the residents are happy over and they are expectant in 2025. But unfortunately, people with evil intention have decided to be removing the manhole cover along the road paths. And this has created, like on the first, it led to an accident of a family because they never knew that the manhole cover on the road have been removed and their car mistakenly entered that. And also it has caused a physical injury to people who are just walking past. And this is criminal enough. And the administration is concerned about this. And that is why the FCT Commissioner of Police had a strategic meeting with every other relevant security agencies today, and they are out there today through the Joint Task Force to ensure that the raid of every pantaker within the FCT is raided. And we also know that pantakers are not meant to operate within the FCC. So that will be enforced drastically, and also we want to assure the resident of FCT that those criminal elements already will recover some of this manhole, which the Commissioner of Police will be briefing further. And we also have suspects that have been arrested already.
As you can see, the scavengers, although we know before now, they had the reputation of vandalization and stealing of both public and private properties. But in this case of Abuja particularly, it took the effort of just one man. He's not the only one that is making use of these highways in Abuja, including Wike have been driving past these places. And some of the government officials, none of them, took action to fix this problem. But this man, after this exposition, that is when they now knew it is time for them to wake up. And now they've gone into the market to now scavenge. In this Nigeria, we are always good with a fire brigade approach to everything. You don't do investigation. You don't go down to understand the root cause of the issues, how it come about. You just, boom, you enter market. Probably, it will lead to people losing their businesses. Because the next thing you hear is that they are demolishing that market where they are doing scavenging. Or they are doing some of this scrap work. There is no country in the world that doesn't have scrap yard. But that is not even the nucleus of where I am heading to. Now, take a look at this video.
This vehicle you are seeing is filled up with those manholes. Look at it. So when I say it's not only Babambola, majorly they are these evil people. Look at it. We will even reverse. Look at it. At about, this is 2:32 a.m. Look at the man. Well, the case is still with the police, so we are still trying to investigate who the guy is. Look at it. That car is filled up with it. Look at it. Look at it very well. Look at it. Look at it.
Good. This is a CCTV clear evidence that the people who are stealing some of these things are not even your normal, usual aboki scavengers everybody knows, or scrap scavengers everybody knows. It has become a kind of big business. And come to think of it, because when this thing happened, my first reaction before I even come out to say this, I was thinking, what could push people to go and be stealing stuff like this? If you put any metal in front of your house, they steal it. Anything metal anywhere they can lay their hands, they steal it. I will say, is this one poverty? Is this one part of the poverty? Is it part of the bad governance this government have imposed on Nigeria, that everybody is now looking for anywhere to survive? And to some extent, most of the crimes and criminal cases that we are seeing today is as a result of bad governance and hardship. But that is not an excuse. Because even those, like the man that you are seeing with Sienna, scavenging this thing will not say it is poverty and hunger. Because that Sienna alone is what some people are begging God to give to him so that he or she will be able to feed his family. Even as a transport worker, you can use that to feed your family. So it is not about poverty and hunger. It's about the mentality of Nigerians. Mentality of Nigerians. Everybody to himself, God for all of us. That is the case. That is the ideology that is driving Nigerians today. Everybody is looking for an opportunity to steal. And that is what we are trying to address. that Nigeria is as bad as Nigerians. Because when I asked this question, nobody had ever answered that question on the comment section. Between Nigeria and Nigerians, now who was pass? And I'm answering you that question, that Nigeria is as bad as Nigeria. Nigerians will continue to produce bad leaders after their kind. So it is a vicious cycle. So when we preach good governance, know that I am talking to you as a Nigerian. Whether you are from the east, north, west, and south, whether you are Christian, Muslim, or traditional worshiper, we are a reflection of our society. I'm telling you honestly. Until Nigerians change their mentality and attitude, nothing will change. I'm telling you honestly, nothing will ever change. Things will only get worse. And I will address that in the subsequent video. You just keep watching. I will continue to preach this gospel. We want more people. If I say I am good, what about the next person? What about the other person? Until we have the good people coming out in this manner as ambassadors of GGM, Good Governance Ministry, anywhere. Not just about bad politicians and bad government, but bad people as well. Let us expose them, so that we can have a better society. So that you can have a better society where your children can thrive. Nigeria had become what Nigerians have made it to be. And that is the position of this platform. But we'll continue on this campaign, this preaching, this gospel, this crusade must go on. Because how can the people have faith if they have not heard? Because faith comes from hearing. And the only faith that Nigerians need to know now is that they must understand that they are the problem of themselves. We are our own problem. And it's a reflection of what we have in government today. So, join in this campaign to expose anything that is bad and ask yourself, are you good? Are you an ambassador for good governance? Anywhere people see me, there is one person that saw me the other day. You know what he asked me? You did wonderfully well. I saw you on YouTube during campaign for P2B. Hey, P2B must have paid you a lot of money. And when I told him, we don't do that, he's not driving us, we are not interested in that. Let any politician come and say he's the one sponsoring us or giving us a cover to do what we are doing. It is not transactional for us. And the person was surprised. He said, no, they must be paying you. In fact, collect this money from them. That is the mentality generally. And people are surprised. Then how do you make your money? I'm telling you, the grace that is sustaining this platform is even beyond my knowledge, and I don't want to abuse that grace. Is it not Soludo that we campaign and push and people will say, hey, well, Soludo must have paid you. If Soludo had paid me, do you think that we will be bold enough to criticize any of his policies that is not working rightly for the people? So you understand the mentality of Nigerians. Until we change that mentality, nothing will ever change. And that is the position of GGM. We are committed to this. It is unheard of, but you are seeing it happen. And we believe that one day, posterity will judge us right, that we did what we ought to do. The least you can do is to share this video. Continue spreading this message of GGM and be an ambassador for good governance wherever you find yourself. That is the only way we have hope for anything called good governance. I'm also General Peters, the advocate for good governance. 2025 is going to be different. What's your take? Drop it in the comment section. Bye-bye for now. GGM, uniting the people for good governance.